Welcome back, everyone. Well, you know, as part of our 12 Days of Giving, I asked everybody here at the team to say, hey, let's pick an organization and we'll highlight them. And I'm introducing one of our main players here, kind of a new member too, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
Shay Lynch, Tech Director. Oh my goodness.
How you doing, Jesse?
I'm good, Shay. How are you?
Good.
This is also Shay, our mascot, and the reason is because of the glasses. There we go.
There we go.
So Shay, you picked the Salvation Army. How come?
I did. Well, it started out in high school. I was looking to do some more community service projects to kind of beef up my college resume, kind of stuff like that. But I really fell in love with it, and it was a really great opportunity for me to meet or to work with my family. I even brought in my fiance. Now we're doing it. We've been doing it for about 6 or 7 years now of ringing the bells out in front of. Usually it's at Price Chopper. This past year we did it at the Aviation Mall. But we just love doing it, and we love meeting the people. I mean, people always come over to us and say how much they love the Salvation Army and what we're doing. So I think we make a great day of it, and we go out to New Way lunch and get some lunch after to cool off, or to warm up rather.
But warm up. Yeah. Well, you probably do cool down at the pace you go.
Right, yeah.
But I think that's wonderful. And we've got Major David Dean, who I know you know, is the guest.
Yeah, he said he saw us.
Great.
So,
all right, well, without further ado, here's the interview with the Salvation Army. Welcome, everyone. Well, we've all seen them. The coin drops, the bell ringers. It's the Salvation Army. And joining me today is Major David Dean. Major, wow.
Yeah.
Big title.
Just means I'm old.
Oh, well, welcome to the club.
Good to be here. Thank you.
David's with the Salvation Army, has been for 20 plus years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We'll first commend you on that kind of investment in your life. Salvation Army is a very important organization, has been since
1865.
1865. Do you believe that? 1865.
We're getting old.
Yeah, we are. So at any rate, welcome.
Thank you.
And before we went on air today, David and I were talking, this is a particularly important time of the year.
It is.
For Salvation Army, right?
It is,
Why don't you give us a little sense of the scope of that?
Well, we serve Warren, Washington, and Upper Saratoga County, and we do Thanksgiving and Christmas. So between those two holidays, we'll distribute meals to about 3,700 people. We'll do about 400 children for new toys. They get about 7 to 8 toys each, new toys unwrapped, stuffed animals, board games, stuff like that. So all the money that comes in, obviously, during this time of the year goes to help us fund those two big projects, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's a busy month between, Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. Yes,
it sure is. We've seen the coin drops. There are the clothing bins as well, right? And a lot of us are familiar with the Salvation Army store, which is located on Quaker Road.
Yes.
However, the headquarters where the food pantry is on Broad Street, right?
Yeah, we serve out of Broad Street in Glens Falls.
Right.
We do the Tri-County area. There's also a Saratoga Salvation Army that does from kind of exit 15 south. So we kind of do a lot of the same things. But all those Christmas and Thanksgiving products will come out of our headquarters at 37 Broad. The store is actually part of the rehab center out of Albany, which helps people who are in need of drug and alcohol recovery. So when you put the bins in, the stuff in the bins, you call them for a truck pickup, you're helping get people sober and clean again. And a lot of these are young kids that are getting back on their feet. Really important program.
Well, as we know, Saratoga, Warren, and Washington County is, I suppose, they use the word epidemic, but there's a drug issue.
Yeah, the heroin epidemic is huge in this area. Yeah.
Hard to believe, right?
It really is. I mean, when you think about, Glens Falls and Saratoga, you don't think hard drugs.
That's right, you don't.
Not at all.
In terms of Salvation Army, money not only goes to the food pantry, but you were mentioning some other things like energy assistance and housing. Give us a quick overview of that.
We do emergency housing for people who are homeless or domestic violence. We actually put them up in a hotel for 7 days, a local hotel. Obviously, we search around, get the best price we can. But those are people who are in absolute crisis. And then we work with them for those 7 days to try to get them into permanent housing. We do prescription refills for people who need an emergency script. And a lot of those, if it's a heart script or something, they may need a heart heart and a high blood pressure, or
Sure.
2 or 3 scripts. So that can be fairly expensive to get people those scripts. Then we keep the lights on for people, the electric on not only in the winter but in the summer as well. Did a couple thousand nights of electric assistance. We do rental assistance. We don't do a security deposit, but for people who are just they hit that month where they can't afford that month and they're going to get evicted or they're going to get foreclosed on, we can look at that and jump in there for that month and help them out. So those are some of the things we do. You mentioned the food pantry. We did about 26,000 meals out of that food pantry.
Wow.
During the holidays, we'll do 22,000 meals because we're going to be serving 3,700 people. They all get 6 meals apiece in those bags. We give them Thanksgiving Day, the day after, Christmas Day, the day after, just so they can enjoy it at home with their families instead of maybe going to a shelter or someplace that serves. A little more intimate. Plus, you can teach the kids how to cook and stuff like that. That's a big part of what we do.
Boy, my God, you're so family-oriented.
We try to be. I mean, family's the core of this country, isn't it? Always has been.
Yes, absolutely right. That's a very important point you make
Absolutely.
there. Glens Falls, the Salvation Army has been up in Glens Falls for 130 years, you said?
Yeah, 1885.
That's
I was not there when they got there.
I think I was.
I don't know if you were. You might have been, yeah.
I think I was. Again, when I was asking David, how fundraising is going, they're down about $11,000 from last year. That's a very precious $11,000. And again, I had the experience myself. I was at the Aviation Mall and I saw the bell ring. I went over and dropped some coins in. Please be generous. This time of year is when they make the bulk of the money that they use throughout the year.
That's true.
For the programs that you're mentioning.
That's true.
And so donations, of course, clothing, toys. You see a lot of the toy boxes, right? Those toy drops. I've seen them around. Open your hearts here. It's time for everybody to lend a helping hand.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, actually, half of our budget for the entire year we raise in the months of November, December.
Okay.
So it seems like that's when people are the most generous.
Yes.
So if we don't raise it now, it affects what we'll do from January to October because we'll have to go back and look at the numbers and that. But the people always come through. This is a very generous giving area, this Tri-County area.
Yeah, I bet.
And we'll just ask people once again to dig a little deeper. And it's kind of a vicious cycle. When times are tough, a lot of times people give less. So it's kind of that clockwork orange here. You want people to be giving more, but people are kind of cutting back and watching their own needs and stuff like that.
Well, look, we can all spare some change, some money. You see it, drop it in. It's that time of year, and it ensures the fact that the Salvation Army can continue to do the good in the community that you do.
We would appreciate that, that's for sure.
Well, good, David. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for your time.
And good luck.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
See this interview again, head to our website, looktvonline.com.